Hey everyone, I am back to continue on with Ethany's 31 Days of Tarot 2020. I will be covering days 15 through 20 in this video. Day 15. What is your favorite pop culture tarot reader representation and why? I can't think of anything from a movie or TV. The freshest example that comes to mind is from the Raven Cycle series, which is a young adult paranormal book series. Those of you who know me know that I gush on and on about that series, but there are characters in those books, women who are psychic and also tarot readers. And anytime there's a scene when they are using their tarot decks and throwing down cards, they just seem so badass, and they're always right, of course, and makes me want to run and grab one of my decks or just run and look at my collection. And there's one scene where the author is describing the women simultaneously pulling out their tarot decks, and that you could tell the personality of each woman by the deck that they chose and the images in their particular deck. So that was cool. And there's another scene where another character, she makes her own tarot deck. So I just love how much tarot was in that series. And then another example that I can think of is from Adam Tots. He is a graphic artist, and he often does comics where he's the central character. And there is one comic that he does where he is visiting a tarot reader. And I will go ahead and put up some images that you can pause and read the comic. It's just so funny. Day 16, paint, draw, collage your 2020 tarot card. Why have you chosen this card? So I did do a quick collage in my bullet journal. My card of the year is the Tower. And so I printed this from online. This is a depiction from the Individual Tarot, the Inspirational Tarot by Rachel Faribault. And I had not heard of her or this deck until I ran across this image. So I printed this image out, and then I stuck some stickers on there, some bright stars and dolphin and a smiling crab and a fish, and also this person doing a cannonball off the tower. This is just a vector image that I found and pasted on there. And so the reason why I decided to depict the Tower card this way is that, often the Tower is an image that brings, apprehension or concern to people. And given that, this is a full year of this card of the Tower, I don't want to be making my way through 2020 with that kind of apprehension or foreboding, because not all shakeups are bad, right? What is it, darling? Oh, you brought me your rat baby again. She always brings me her rat baby. I will play with you later. Anyway, so yeah, I want to kind of approach any type of Tower moment with this kind of outlook or this kind of energy the best I can. Day 17. What celebrity would you like to read for and why? I think I would like to read for Emilia Clarke. She is an actress who played Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones, and she's also done movies. And I think it seems just so nice in real life. Obviously, I've never met her, but from what I've seen, like interviews and such, she just seems so bubbly and nice and approachable. And like, I wish she were one of my best friends. And I just think that she would be just a fun person to read for. I think she would have a good time. We would have a good time together. Day 18, your choice for best deck for meditation/journey work. Really, for meditation or journey work, I pretty much use whatever deck that I'm in the mood to use, or if it's a deck that I'm working with for that entire month, I might just go ahead and grab that. My Everyday Witch, which is always, on my inspiration space, my sacred space. I mean, it really could be any deck. Oracle of Echoes is a great one, but I don't stick to just one deck. It's really whatever I'm in the mood for. And then day 19, your choice for the best deck for ritual/magic. When I am doing, I guess I could call it ritual work or like intention work, I actually do have one deck that I use for that specifically, and that is the Shadowscapes Tarot. I have trimmed off the borders on my deck. And the reason that I use this for my intention work is that this is a deck that I do not use for readings anymore. I started becoming just more and more frustrated by not being able to see all the wonderful details in these images and having to resort to my iPad to see the images. And so it kind of turned me off to using this deck for readings or draws. And so but I didn't want to get rid of it because it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I love the art. I don't want to part with it. And so I decided to use this deck for kind of my ritual work and intention setting, because when I use a deck for that purpose, they aren't readings or blind draws. They're very intentional draws. So it's not about me looking into the image for insight. It's a very intentional decision that I've pulled the card. So it's less about having to really hone in on the details of the image as it is about what the card itself represents as I'm doing that kind of work. Day 20, favorite depiction of the Lover's Tarot card and why. I'm going to cheat a little and show you two of my favorites. And the first one is from the Halloween Tarot. I chose this one because it's hilarious and it's different from what we usually see in a lover's card. I tend to get sick of the traditional depiction of two, kind of romantic lovers. And so this strays from that. So anytime I see a depiction that strays away or diverges from that, I appreciate it. I really enjoy it. So you have, I'm assuming this is Mina reading love letters from, what was his name? John Parker? Or maybe it's not Mina, but anyway, yeah, she's reading letters from her love, and then in comes Dracula in the window trying to seduce her, and the look on her face is just like, what the hell? And even the dog is looking like, okay, what's going on here? So I just think this is super cute. And then the other one is from the Raven's Prophecy Tarot. And again, I just like how this depiction strays a little bit. It's not the same thing that you see over and over again. So I think that this makes a reading more malleable, more flexible to different interpretations, that, when I'm giving a reading to someone and they see this card, they're not going to automatically think it's a romantic card, although it certainly can be. But I think this particular image lends itself to more than that. It can lend itself to a different type of pairing, or, you know, the idea of choice, the idea of duality. So I just think it's great. That's it for this video. I will be back for more responses to 31 Days of Tarot. Until then, much love. Take care.